Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Live on Neeves Knives. How's everybody doing tonight? Tell you what, man, this Praxis is so badass. Been carrying it ever since I got it. Can't get it out of the pocket. So slicey, super slim, just very, very good quality. And I was talking to Chris earlier, Cue Ball. He said he'll be here late, so he's not going to be here for a little while. One of the moderators. He bought one and he's planning on sending it in to get some mod work done. So he has, yeah, I think he still has it, a FERRUM Forge Archbishop 3.0. You guys already know I absolutely love my Archbishop 3.0. I got a nice deep hollow grind put on it from BGM Knives. Well, he's got one all tricked out from Knife Modders, and it looks badass. So he's planning on taking, just like he did this, the FERRUM Forge Archbishop, and doing the same thing to this. I don't know if he's going to do like a sick hollow grind on it. It already has good geometry, so it's going to be tough getting a hollow grind, but I guess you could. But he's going to do something to it, trick it out, which this is a fantastic platform for that. Puppet Boy, shout out to Puppet Boy. We have a new member, so we will have a Bang Gang live on Sunday. So I will see you guys Sunday. We will have a live. What was I about to say? I forget now. Anyways, the Wii Praxis though, $209 or something like that. I'm not too mad at it. I talked to KAVISO about it, you know, and they said that they were trying to get this done, and like we was not budging. Like it was almost like that they, you know, were so swamped they didn't want to do it, and they weren't budging on their price, and so it just had, you know, the only way to do it was for that, and they had to get a lot of pieces. So I think there's 800 pieces, but once those 800 pieces are done, there's not going to be any more till probably next year. So, you know, supposedly though, they will be again next year. And yeah, the B3 pre-order on the B3 started at 7 o'clock, by the way, guys. Yes. The Factor B3. So if you want to pre-order the B3, go and do that right now before, I don't even know how many spots there is, but it's probably still open. You could probably still do it. So that is on Winter Blade. So just go to Winter Blades site. I didn't link it down in the description. I should have, but you can easily find it. Just Winter Blades, and then pre-order it. Awesome listen to that. I think it's so nice. I will say the original one, my original one does have a stronger detent because it has 2 magnets. This has 1 magnet. So, but it's still really good. It's still really, really good. But you can feel that other one. I wish he would come back and do the double magnets again. Like hopefully he does a B4 with double magnets. That'd be dope. Not that that one's bad, but the other one's a lot crispier. Public Boy says, hey man, just got a Kaiser Ahmad Tonto. Is it common for the micarta to smell? Yeah, that's very common. So when it comes from the factory and it's machined, there's lots of chemicals and lots of things that'll go away like within like a day or two. So it's standard procedure for micarta, even carbon fiber, and many cases it's a composite material, and they're you know, it's fresh, right? It's fresh. So yeah, they always have a scent to them. I say the same thing, man. Sometimes I'll open, I'm like, holy shit, this smells like a farm. It smells like a farm animal or something. Artificial says, in my experience, micarta usually smells like phenolic resin until it off gases most of the volatiles. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's a composite material, you know, and it's fresh and freshly machined. So the, you know, however they cut it, it's, you know, the edges and everything's freshly cut and all that. So yeah, you're gonna smell some stuff. Now I'll tell you what, man, you want to talk about some nasty shit. If you've ever ground or had to sand down like in a big way, like where you had to do a lot carbon fiber or anything like that, that shit's nasty. You're not supposed to do it without a face mask and everything because it is very toxic. Factor batch 3 is an open pre-order. There is not a number. Okay, all right, no limit. So if you guys want to get it while it's good. I don't know how long it's going to go for. So, there you go. Awesome knife. I know I've been talking a lot about it, trying to build it up because I know so many people have been wanting these. Like, I couldn't tell you when these things first came out and people weren't able to get them. You want to talk about angry? People were so mad that they couldn't get one of these, and people were trying to buy mine. Like, yeah, but now's your chance. So fucking get on it. Now there is some other knives we're going to talk about too that you can get right now and here in just a moment. There was something else I wanted to talk about really quick. Oh yeah. So bag knives, right? Bag knives. I did that video the other day with bag knives. Here we go. This thing is so dope. So dope. I love it. I absolutely love it. And if you guys seen LTK had one of these HRC tested, came back pretty good. The HRC was really good on the D2, so happy to see that. Damn it, this thing flips good. This is a great flipper. Anyways, and I'm glad it has a fuller too, because the flipper is really good by itself, but just having a fuller just tops it all off. The bag knife. So I guess was saying Todd Bag. It's still a Todd Bag design, by the way, right? It's a Todd Bag design. So I don't know why people got so like, you know, like I know there's a difference between the companies. I didn't know before, but I know now because I've seen the 157 comments you guys gave me telling me that it's not Todd Bag Knives, it's just Bag Knives, and it's his brother running it. I've spoken to them now, or spoken to his brother who runs Bag Knives. So I don't know if they're just trying to keep them separate for reasons because of the price difference and everything, and you know where they're being made, or if there's animosity. I have no idea, but I felt that kind of that vibe or something, because it's like so many people came in like as if it's like such a bad thing to call this a Todd Bag knife. It's like, I understand it's not a Todd Bag custom, but it is a Todd Bag design, right? Or did his brother design it and he just made it? Am I wrong about that? I could have swore it's a Todd Bag design. Oh, there was. So I would, damn, my instincts. Yeah, I'm that good. Take a sip of coffee for that one. I felt it. I felt something. I knew there was something. I felt something. You know, I did you know, I talked to his brother, but I didn't ask him about anything like that. I actually was just like, I'm guessing I'm talking to Todd. And he was like, no, you're talking to, I think his name is Mark. I think that's what it is. Hopefully I'm not wrong. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't know. And he corrected me on the name of the company and everything. I was like, all right. So it's kind of weird that like, if they had a falling out, why is he using his designs then? You know, I don't know. Got in on the factor pre-order, no limit on number of order, but limited to 300 of each variant. No limit on number ordered, but limited. So there is a limit. If there's only 300 of each variant, maybe I'm confused. Yeah, the pre-order is live for the factor. We'll keep saying it as the live goes on, so we'll make sure everybody knows. I'm looking at a Benchmade Claymore, but it has CPM D2. Is it really worth the money since it has CPM D2, or am I just overthinking it? So I'll tell you what, man, the best D2 I've tested, I think period, was the CPM D2 from Benchmade. Benchmade's D2, I tested it. It was like a year ago. I was so surprised how good it was. Like, I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. Just the way it sharpened up, the way it deburred was like I said, the best D2 I've ever tried. The only other D2 that could have compared was maybe Medford's D2 and, you know, their CPM D2. But even other CPM D2 I've tested never compared to that. So, you know, that's all I can say. I can say that they're doing a damn good job with it. Like, and there's, you know, like when you remove the burr during a sharpening process on a knife, you can tell a lot about that heat treat by the burr. The way the burr comes off, it's every indicator to, like, you know, whether it's hard, if it's soft, you know, and just how good of a heat treat it is. And it was impressive. Like it just came off so clean and so good. But you know, I if it's worth the money, that's up to you. I overpaid. I wouldn't say overpaid. I paid a high price for the Benchmade. I did that, you know, the testing on and everything, but I was actually happy with it because of how good the D2 was. So this, however, the Hogue Trauma, another one kind of similar to what we're talking about. It's N680. Now, maybe you guys can tell me. So I'm supposed to be the knife pro here, but I don't even understand because everybody always says that a rescue knife is supposed to be an N680. Why? Why does why does it have to be N680? I don't get that. Like, was it that steel developed for, maybe it was, is that steel developed for you know, rescue knives or something? Possibly, but I will say this damn thing's expensive, very expensive for what you're getting, because N680, you know, it's basically like N690, right? N690 is a budget steel. Yeah, you can call it a low mid-grade. Let's call it a mid-grade steel. N690 is a mid-grade steel. So why does it have a premium price tag? I think it was like $167 I paid for it, maybe more. I will say I do like that it has the belt cutter and it's on like a double detent. It's very snappy. Like you can actually flick it. It's got a stupid sharp edge on it. It's got the glass breaker, and then it's got the thing for the oxygen tank, so you can turn the oxygen tank on and off. Crossbar lock, good action. I love the knife. I really like this knife. I love the ergonomics, love the blade shape. But I love that it's USA made, but damn it, is that price hefty, especially for N680. But I don't know why that steel's, you know, because when I was complaining about it in that video a long time ago, somebody was like, yeah, but rescue knives, a bunch of people said it, not just one. Like, rescue knives are supposed to be an N680. Why? I select CMB Kershaw's composite dividend. Jared just got a QSB swordfish. I think it's a budget version of a Yojimbo. Have you seen it? I don't think so. I don't think I've seen that one, or at least I haven't had it. How do you sharpen a seatbelt cutter like that? With a file or thin long stone? So wrong one. I would use either one of two things. Either a diamond rod, so just take the actual rod and run it right down there like that, or other rods like aluminum oxide rods and then a ceramic. But I'd probably hit it with a diamond, to be honest. A diamond rod and then a ceramic to finish it off, and it would get. It's so sharp though, like because of the angle being so low. Anytime you drop an angle down like that low, it's gonna be sharp, and that thing is very sharp. But yeah, that's the way I'd do it. You got the Strix, nice. Oh yeah, good for you, man. Thin as hell behind the edge. That's awesome, man. I never got to try it yet. I have not got to try it, but it looks really cool. What's up, Michael? Thank you for joining. I've seen tons of different steels used in rescue knives. I know. That's why I don't understand why, like, even when they made this, why was that the decision? Like, you know, other people were saying, well, because that's rescue knife steel, I guess. I don't fucking know. But you know, yeah, it's weird. So the what the hell's the name? The name is so hard to say on this one. It is the Kawanonagare. The Kawanonagare. Very, very cool, man. And I'll tell you what, you don't think that this thing's gonna be useful, but damn it, it actually is. It's actually really, really good. Surprisingly really good. Like, even with slicing, you have all these curves, so it traps itself with every recurve. You know, even when it slips over and gets over the belly, it traps itself again. So it makes it where it's almost like the curves are saw blades, or like, you know, the teeth on a saw. Then you have this little hook, this sucker right into things. It is it's so good. I'm really, really liking this thing. Which I know the biggest argument people are going to say, well, how the fuck are you going to sharpen it? Well, I'm going to sharpen it with rods or round stones. And I'll probably do a video on it to show you guys how to sharpen it, because it's not hard. This is the thing. It's not hard. You just have to have the right tools. That's the way it is with everything. Like, even with regular recurves, when people are scared to sharpen regular recurves, there's no difference. The only difference is what stone are you using, right? You know, you use a round stone or a 1/2 inch stone for recurves. Something like this, a 1/2 inch stone probably won't work. It's probably a little bit too wide for these curves. So you just use a round stone. A round stone will work really good. Round diamond stone, and then a round ceramic or round aluminum oxide, something like that. But it'll sharpen up just fine. It is thick, I'll say that, but it's supposed to be, you know, that's just the way it is. And it's, but like I said, it cuts really good. You know, if this thing was like wide with thin geometry, I can't imagine how good it would cut. Very, very smooth, very snappy. And 200 bucks. I'm not mad at that price. 200 bucks, you know, it's super unique, super different. I got it linked down in the description for you guys. It's pretty awesome. I'm trying to link everything I got in this video down in the description, or at least as much as possible. Anything else you guys want to find, you know, the dealers, like even like sharpening stuff, I try to put as much as possible in my store. It's just an Amazon store. So if you go to there, go to my store down in the description, you can find a lot of sharpening stuff. I think my biggest problem with that one would be inadvertently flipping it around and getting bit. I mean, no, because this isn't sharp right here. Only that part is. So you'll be fine. I mean, I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool. I love unique knives, man. I love seeing different unique knives. And it's the same designer, right? So we have this guy, right? Again, same thing. Really fucking cool. Just something different. Now, this isn't going to be everybody's style, you know, a Pakal, but you know, I like the cool stuff. So, and some people will be like, gas station knife. Everything's a fucking gas station knife to some of you guys. A gas station knife isn't made with good materials, and a gas station knife is trying to simulate something that actually is badass, right? It's kind of, but that's the difference between like a golf cart and a Ferrari, right? Like a golf cart rolls, you know, you can drive it, but it's not a Ferrari, right? That's the way like a gas station knife is. And to say that, you know, oh, it looks like a gas station knife, it's like it's getting watered down, because the point of saying that is supposed to be that it's actually a gas station knife, that it actually is of low quality, that it actually is trying to look like something it's not. When you're getting real titanium, real blade materials, real everything, real good fit and finish, not assisted, all the, you know, the bells and whistles and blah blah blah, you can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say gas station knife now. The other one that he did, this one, man, I've been carrying this one too. I carried this one earlier actually on a walk. Yeah, it's definitely a pokey bastard, and it's aggressive, it's mean, and I like it. The front flipper works great. Oh, and man, I can't believe I didn't show you guys in the video. These scales glow. I didn't even show you guys. It's going to be difficult to show you here because the lights, but when the lights are off, it actually glows pretty bright. Like I can't really show you here. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. Oh wow. Yeah. See, this thing gets this flashlight's bright. Let's try out that side. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Let's try out the other side. Wow, it's so blue. It's got some like other colors in it too, which is kind of cool. Not just blue. Mine's got a little bit of greens in it too. You guys probably can't see the green, but there's one right there. It's really bright on my end though. Pretty cool though. And yeah, dude, super snappy, super self-defense style for sure. I heard somebody bitching about his geometry, Taguas is geometry on his blades, and I get it. Like these knives are a little bit on the thicker side, but they're all kind of supposed to be like this, right? This is a claw. It just needs to be sharp and very pokey. And in order for this to not snap, being as pokey as it is, it has to be thick. There's no way around that. With this one, this thing, you know, it's not supposed to be a mega slicer, but you could put a damn good edge on it and slice with it just fine. But yes, it's thick, it's robust because it's for poking, right? And, you know, you can still slice with it. Where's the other one? The other one, this one, obviously, you know, like even stilettos and or OTF knives with dagger blades, they have the same geometry as this. So it's like basically like microtext geometry. Definitely cooler than a few of the other glowing scales I've seen. Yeah, and you know, if you don't like glowing scales, because I don't really like glowing scales, it doesn't matter because it doesn't look like glowing scales. It just looks like carbon fiber. So that's kind of cool. You know, it's just like a little hidden gem that you don't even have to care about if you don't like it. Hello, all. Just wanted to bow my head and say hello. And I just pre-ordered a beautiful purple tie Winter Blade Factor B3. Let the anticipation begin. Thank you, Dan, for commenting. And yep, yeah, the anticipation's worth it though, man. I'm telling you, the weight is worth the knife. It's such a good knife. You're gonna be very happy when you get it. So there's certain knives that people are just not willing to wait for, right? Like I used to wait for Two Sons for like 30 days, right? Between 3 and 4 weeks. But then I would start looking for them like in the USA, and I'd get lucky sometimes. They'd be in the USA and I'd be able to get them within a couple days. But then there was a couple times where it was like it took like over a month, like a month and a half. Most of the time it was between 3 and 4 weeks. But then I would read and they would always start saying like, oh, between 1 and 2 months. And it's like, well, now that's just a fucking pre-order. Like it's like I understand I'm getting it pretty cheap, you know, for the knife, but waiting that long, it's like, and then when you get it, it's like you don't want to return it because you waited so long, you know, if something's wrong and it just so many problems. And that's also, and I want I want to rant actually about Tucson right now. So we're gonna do some, let's go into the rant mode. Tucson motherfuckers. They So let me use CMB or Migaron as an example, right? They stepped into the market, what, a year ago? Maybe a year ago, right? They have steadily improved as they went along, like literally improved knives, improved build quality, improved their services, improved everything, right? Their communication, every fucking thing they have improved, like across the board. Everything's been improved. And you can tell a business is serious when they do that. Does anybody know how to contact? I can contact Tucson, right? But nobody else can. Like you can't contact Tucson. It's like if you wanted to talk to somebody from Tucson right now, could you? No, not really. So that right there is a problem. The next thing would be like, you know, their knives. Because like when you order them, I think sometimes they're made right when you order them rather than just being ready to ship. Not always. I'm sure some of them are just ready to ship, but you don't know if it's going to be like, it seems like some of the models you get are rushed and then you get it and you're like, man, this is fucking kind of gritty, right? And it's kind of fucked up. But then you'll get other ones that are so good for the money that it makes you like want to buy more of them. That's the problem with them, because 1 out of 3 is really good, but 2 out of 3 fucking suck. So, and I like Tucson's. I got lucky so many times, but then I started just getting lemon after lemon after lemon, and it was almost like they were falling off. And now I'm just like, it's almost not worth the risk anymore. There's so many amazing knives, and Tucson's prices have went up. Granted, you can still get them pretty affordably, but when you start considering, you know, like before, I always said I don't mind paying for their M390 for like $120, $110, even up to maybe $140, because I'm going to get at least S30V edge retention. But when you start paying more than that, well, it's not M390. I mean, it is M390, but it's not heat treated very well. So you're not getting good edge retention, like not for M390. You're getting S30V edge retention. That's what you're going to get. So basically, you know, that's what you're getting. So since you know that, right, it makes it to where it's like, do you really want to buy the M390? Would you just rather buy the 14C? The 14C is good, but yeah, and like I said, I'm not trying to rag on them too much because I do like them, but what I do not appreciate is that I have not seen them evolve. I have seen zero evolving. Like, they haven't evolved into better communication. They haven't evolved into going to knife shows or anything like that. There's no face, right? So it makes it a little, weird. They seem like they were upping their build quality up until from the beginning up to like, I don't know, 200 probably. They improved their quality. Maybe like 150, the TS like 150 or something, up to like the 100s. Let's say 100s. They improved. But then once they hit the 100s, it's like they were just like fucking proven from here. They'll just continue doing the same thing. Granted, they did do a couple new things, like they've done button locks and stuff. But the button locks, they were releasing their first button locks. Here goes the lemons again. They released their button locks with problems. Like I've tried a couple of them, and it was like, Jesus, what is going on with this button lock? And then the whole knife itself was all, goofy. You guys can go watch those videos. But I was all complaining about all the issues that they had, and it's like, why would they even let that leave? Do you know what I mean? Like that's the problem. So it's like, if you were trying to improve your company, you're not going to let something like that leave the shop. That new steel Tucson is making a similar to M390, and they're doing it 60 to 62. What steel is it? I don't know what you're talking about, Aaron. I have a Tucson TS 177 arriving in M390. I'll let you know how it is when I get. I have one of those. The 177 is good. The only problem with the 177, and I don't know what, this is one thing they could have just easily improved. The hole for the reverse flick is slick. It's smooth as snot, slick as snot. And when you try to flick it, the detent is strong because for the flipper tab is rounded and is very smooth. So and just the way the flipper tab is, you need a strong detent. So it has to have a strong detent, which it does. Good detent for the flipper tab. But when you go to reverse flick, the hole, they don't give you any traction. They make it smooth. So that's the only real thing I have a problem with. The next thing is the lock bar access sucks. So lock bar access, and then the hole is smooth. But the knife is really good. I really like that one. That's one of the ones I do like. Out of maybe a dozen or so that's really good. Shout out to Knives Fast. Definitely go and check out his channel. Hey, Jared, listening while driving home. Well, I appreciate you being here, brother. You going to Blade Show? You gonna be at Blade Show this year? I've got a few higher Tucson numbers that are good. The 230, especially. Yeah, I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm saying that it's hit or miss. Like I have some higher ones too that are good, but I also have some higher ones that are bad. And what I'm saying is that like when I buy them now, it's like I feel like I have a 50-50 shot. I have a 50-50 shot of whether or not it's going to be really good or it's going to be meh, And when you get them meh, it's like, why did they let this leave? Like it just doesn't make sense. Like, why didn't they? Why? It's like if they had quality control, they would deal with that. Yes, sir. Tempest Knives, table 25V. Meet me there. All right. Nice. Very cool. I did not know you were having a table, so that's awesome, man. Fuck yeah. TS 269, amazing. TS 340, just okay. Right. Driving back into town. Love all of you and stoked to see you at Blade Show. Yes, John, we will be seeing you. Man, not much time, not much longer, right? What is it? I'm leaving on the 1st. So what is that? Thursday or something? The TS 301 I got slightly off centered. Yeah, the 301, that's a good one too. That's a good one. Yours is slightly off centered, but it is a good model. I like that one. There's a lot of them I like. Any thoughts on the concept tack in titanium in Damascus? I gotta refresh my memory on the concept tack. Let me see it. The EDC tack. Um, you know what, dude? You want me to just be honest with you? If you're gonna buy it, use my fucking affiliate link down in the description to Blade HQ. If you're gonna buy it, but I personally, I would. Don't get it, man. Don't get it. You're not gonna. It's not. It's good. Like there's nothing inherently wrong with the knife. The knife is good. Like mine's great. I still have one. Super solid, snappy. Action's good, but there's just something about it that doesn't. It's not great, right? Like there's knives that are great, and then there's knives that are just, they're good. That's how that is. The thumb studs are too tight to the scales. The detent is good and it snaps out pretty good, but it could be a little bit better. You might get a little tiny bit of up and down because it's a button lock. The ergos are not the best. It's a little too compact and squared off. So there's just a bunch of little details that make it where it's like, there's a lot better. That's my point. So, like, I could recommend something else. Like, if you want Timascus, I don't know if you have a penguin or not, but man, you can go get I think there's still some left, so don't quote me, but I think Caviso has some Timascus ones. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're all out. But those are dope. But there's a bunch of other knives from Concept that has Timascus. Go with the Preda Tout. There's oh man, maybe I don't know if they have them anymore. Oh, I think on Amazon you can still get the Preda Tout with the Timascus clip. But the Hazakura is a really good one. I think I have it right here. Let me just double check. I might not though. Yes, I do. The Hazakura is pretty dope. It's not a lot of Timascus, but it's still dope. But yeah, I know if you're wanting Timascus, I would you probably just want to go somewhere else besides the EDC tack. I mean, it's not bad. Like I said, if you already got it, it's a good knife. It's just it could be better. I thought I seen a Donnie. What happened? Oh, Dan, what's up, brother? Daniel Cad with the 5 bones. Let's go, Blade Show. Let's go. Yes, sir. We'll be all seeing each other very, very soon. I'm thinking about doing a I don't know what I'll call it, like a Bon Voyage video to Blade Show, like basically like a message to everybody that's going to Blade Show. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but kind of, just like a message to tell everybody to stay out of my way. No, I'm just joking. To come up and say hi and everything. And yeah. Let me scroll down. The 123 in chat, only 60 thumbs up. Come on, guys. Give me some love. Give me some love and hit that thumbs up. I do appreciate it. It definitely helps me out in the algorithm. I know you guys just despise that fucking thing. It's such a pain in the ass. I know, but I'd really appreciate it if you could just hit that thing for me. Sorry, I'm pulling up the live really quick. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. Down to 50 on the silver tie factors. So they are limited. Daniel Cale with another 2 bones. We got slingshots on deck. Slingshots. What kind of slingshots? Like slingshots or the drivable slingshots? Talking about the driving slingshots? Have you handled the linerless aluminum scales at Mannix? No, I have not. I have not. I want to though. I did get to try. What did I try? I tried one of those skinny mods. I think it was a Para 2. I don't think it was a Mannix, but holy shit, does that massively improve that knife. And listen, I love the PM2, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with PM2. PM2 is great, but when they smooth out the handle and give it that little curve and there's no finger thing in the way, it has still the choil, but man, that it completely changes the knife for the better. It's really good. And the pit in the gallery. We need to know the rules. Example, will we be allowed to make eye contact with Jared? Yes, but you want to raise your hand first. Raise your hand and then make eye contact. I'll call on you. You, sir. I'm renting a couple slingshots for us for Atlanta. No shit, man. That's awesome, man. Thank you for the 2 bones. That's crazy. A couple slingshots would be ripping. Getting it. Hell yeah. Sounds dope. You only fit 2 people at a time in there, right? Ordered the Winter Blades Factor B2 tonight for the 3 pre-order. Love the B2. Look better. What do you think? So the B2 has a slightly lighter detent than the B3. So the B3 has a lighter detent than the first one. The original one had the strongest detent, and that's the one that I have that has 2 magnets, one on each side. The B2 has only 1 magnet that's, you know, because they're replaceable. That's the thing with them, is that you can replace them. But I'm wondering, can you replace them with stronger magnets? Not that it's bad, because this is really good, but my other one's stronger, and it's just a little bit more satisfying. Now, the B2 is the lighter one. This one's stronger than the B2 as far as detent goes. That's the one difference that I know of. John Evans, 10 bones, a beer for the flight. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Definitely, man. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, dude. The pit's gonna be awesome, man. The pit's gonna be lit for sure. Last year, let's talk about what we did last year. Last year, I was with LTK at the pit. I was with me and Bob DeMarco were hanging out, kicking it. Obviously, all my friends, you know, were there. You know, Steve, Leaf, Bama Knife Guy, and a bunch of other people, man. Who else was there? That girl, what's her name? The girl with the Skyla. She was there. There's a lot of people there though, man. So many fucking people. Tim Reeves was there. Just packed though, man. There was just everybody was there. Like, I could just keep on going. OCD for EDC. Thank you, Todd. I appreciate it. Yes, definitely use my links if you're going to be buying anything. It does massively help the channel. And listen, man, I get some shit, guys. And I know you guys know. And I appreciate you guys going in the comments and sticking up for me when you guys see it. Because like I post these shorts, right? You guys know I post the shorts, right? And I'm posting the shorts, and there are times where I can link to the stuff that I'm talking about in the description or in the chat. Sometimes I can't, sometimes I can though, but the video isn't about that, right? So it's never like, obviously I'm not being paid to make the shorts, right? Nobody pays me. If you guys knew how much money I turn down on a weekly basis, and I'm not kidding, so much money, but I refuse to get paid because it'll compromise things, right? Even though when I know that it actually wouldn't compromise things, I still say no. You wouldn't believe the things I've said no to. I guarantee you guys would be like, yeah, you should have just did that. But I've refused it because, you know, just the thought of people thinking that I'm getting paid for anything like that, aside from, you know, like affiliates and stuff, you know, not saying that I wouldn't get paid from advertisers or anything, but that's different, right? That's different. You guys know I'm being paid for that. Anything knife related, I can't get paid for, right? So you guys know that, but the other people don't. So I'll make a video on a short, and then I'll get a bunch of comments about how I'm selling a product, like I'm a salesman, like basically like it's a commercial ad. And it's like, why is it that a guy is trying to help you, like is legitly coming in, right, and has some experience in something, in, you know, just something, and is trying to help you, and instantly your brain says that he's a commercial guy fucking advertising something so that he can rip you off. It's mind-blowing to me. It's like you try to give people information, man, they run so far left with it and turn it into something it's not. But, you know, and I don't mind the debates. Like when I tell you, like, talk about something, and then there's people that don't understand, or there's people that have been doing the very thing I'm telling them to stop doing for so long that they feel it, you know, they feel it, and they're like, you know, that pisses me off. I've been doing that for 20 years. You're going to tell me I've been doing it wrong for 20 years, you know, but, you know, so they don't take the information very well. But then there's, you know, there's people that do take it pretty well, and they just, you know, want to have the conversation about it. And either way, I appreciate it. Either way, it doesn't matter which one. They're both really cool. So even if you're upset about it and you just want to rant, go ahead. But yeah, it just sucks when the person's like completely like doesn't even try to look at your page. That's the funny part, because it's like, man, if you took 30 seconds, you'd find out that I have an entire playlist of sharpening videos, and I literally teach sharpening on this channel, and that I test sharpening devices and all this shit. But you don't even know that, right? You instantly go into that I am a commercial salesman or something. It's so weird. Your money's no good here, edgy American. What did he donate? Um, y'all see that Kaiser Veritas? Ooh, baby. The beat, wait, can't get past coming soon, no matter what. You know what? It's funny is that Benchmade was coming soon for over a year. I pre-ordered it over a year ago, and then one of my credit cards got hacked. The same credit card that was in my Blade HQ thing. So the same credit card I pre-ordered that with. Well, then the fucking thing drops, and my credit card's bad now, with them, and I didn't think to redo it. So I'm still waiting, and then finally I see it drop. Like, why the fuck didn't they get a hold of me? And then Kara tells me, oh, they did. They said your credit card was denied or whatever, because I shut it off. And I was like, actually, it's kind of a good thing, because I was kind of regretting it. Like back then, I was kind of happy with the purchase because it was new. But a year later, I was like, fuck this thing, man. I'm like done with it. I'm over it. Because I kept going back to the page and looking at it like, when's it dropping? When's it dropping? When's it dropping? Just 15 minutes ago, Jared said not to buy something. He tells the truth. Just 15 minutes ago, Jared said not to buy something. Right, exactly. Yeah. And I do that all the time. You can't do a super chat, damn it. I'm sure you could. You're just not trying hard enough. I don't think you're trying. If you're driving through Northeast Tennessee to Atlanta, lunch/dinner on me. Very cool. Ian's going to be there. Lord Needham. What did you lose? What the hell are you talking about, Ian? Elias says that's why I only buy the best colognes and pull honeys with them, and Neeves approves knives. Show's over. It's not even fair how many of these broads' hearts I'm breaking. We got a couple that we're going to talk about here in a little while. Somebody actually sent me a fragrance. So we're going to talk briefly about that, and then I'm going to talk briefly about some fragrances that it reminds me of. I think because your shots are at par to paid TV commercial quality, not just ordinary shorts like other YouTuber posts. What? I think because your shorts are at par to paid TV commercial quality. Yeah, but I don't pay, like that would be like buy this right now for $24.99. Like something like that. I don't do that. I give you information like, hey, don't use this, use this, right? This thing's better than this, or hey, check this out, or this is my number one sharpening device that I recommend, right? But it's just me recommending the things. Like I'm giving you information to go look up information, right? It's just like if I do sometimes people get mad because I don't give you guys enough information in like a fast 5, right? I throw 5 knives up really fast and just check them out, right? The point is just to look at them, and then you can see if that's your style, if you like it, you can go look more into it. And in many cases with shorts, like I might not even be able to link the thing, but I try to put stuff that's linkable because of course I want to make money. And that's the thing is I'm trying to make money. Damn it. Like I have never hid that. I have never, ever hid that. I've said that, every chance I can get. I am damn sure trying to make money, as much money as I possibly can, but not at, the point of which I'm going to diminish my my trust or anything like that from the community, at least from the point of view of people that actually watch, right? Because then they can pay attention. Other people, they're going to think whatever they want, no matter what. It doesn't matter what you do. Like you do everything perfect and they're still going to say shit. So, but for the people that know, I have to hold my integrity. Even like the other earlier, I was talking to a knife company and they asked me like, because I had checked out one of their knives, right? And they didn't send it. But then they contacted and said, hey, if you want to check out some more. And I just had to tell them right there, even though they had already seen my other video and seen the things I said and how honest I was, I still had to tell them, like, hey, just so I'm honest about everything, but I have to tell you, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, no, we understand. And it's like, well, I just have to tell you that, right? I try to tell every single place that, so that they know that you're risking a lot if you send it to me. And that's why I tell you guys, like with certain companies, give them a lot of respect, man, because if a company is willing to send me certain products, then they either are very confident about it or are willing to be scrutinized and then fix their product. And usually that's the way it goes, but not always. Um, I oh yeah, I read that one. Um, you should make a video of knives people should not buy. I did that. I just did that a couple weeks ago. So the haters can watch it and see that you're not only saying that's what I did. Remember, I did the warning, stay away from these companies. I just did it like 2 weeks ago. I do that, like I do those types of videos pretty often. And I always say, this is the thing. I don't have to recommend something shitty. Like, and that's if I'm recommending something, say in a short, if I'm recommending it, well, then it's got to be good. It must be good. I wouldn't recommend it otherwise because I do not have to recommend something shitty. I can just recommend something good. Like I could say, hey, don't buy this because it's a piece of shit. Buy this, right? By the way, Precision Knife Works 225 until the first. The WHARNTAC is still available until the first for 225. You can get it with a full hollow grind regrind, so it's got the full hollow all the way up to the spine, even thinner geometry than this, and this is already really good. So you guys can go and if you guys are wanting, it's a really good knife. I do like it. And I think for the 225, it's damn sure worth the price. I'm not sure how many he has or anything. I'm not affiliated with it or anything, but really good knife though. It's so tiny. I knew it would be. I like it, but not for the size slash price. I like the new Benchmade, but the cost is a bit high. That's and like he was saying, it's small, right? The price just doesn't make sense to me. It is so damn expensive. And we all know about the butterfly tax, but there's just a line of which, like, how far does it go? Right? How fucking far does this line go? When this line is like getting so far to where like even the people that were buying them before and like not even caring about the price are starting to talk shit about the price. Yeah. And I listen, I want Benchmade to make their money. I really do. Like I truly want everybody in this industry, in this community, in America to make as much money as possible. I want everybody to win. Everybody who has a channel, everybody who has a knife company, every knife dealer, everything, every knife sharpener, whatever. I want everybody to make money. Obviously in an honest way, but I want them to all be successful. But there's still a line, right? There's still a line that it's like you're ripping people off at this point. Like, and I understand they do free sharpening service for their, forever. They do warranty forever, lifetime warranty, lifetime sharpening. That does cost something. I get it. And I understand there's prices that because they might have better insurance, they might have a bigger team, they might have bigger overhead. I get all that. It's just like, damn, though, you'd think being such a big company, they'd be able to kind of get the price down a little bit, like more like Spyderco and Hogan stuff. That exact same thing happened to me. It waited so long for that my card expired, but Casey called me and I got one. Yeah, mine didn't expire. I had to get it switched, but yeah, it was so damn long, Like, and I almost am grateful because I'm glad I didn't buy it at this point, Your super chat's not working. Well, everybody else's super chats are working. Check your credit card. Maybe your card's bad, brother. Check and see if they sent you an email. Sometimes mine, if I go to try to, sometimes what happens to mine is they send me a thing, a note like on email or on my phone and say, hey, is this you? And if I don't do it, they won't let my charge go through. So maybe it's that. You should have linked people to that bad knife video. I remembered it was one of the with the coffee grind. Yeah. It is what it is. They're gonna believe whatever the hell they want. So it doesn't matter. Like I told the guy, like I've told a couple of them because like they'll say some things and it's like I'm not getting like they'll say it because they think I'm getting paid. That's the funny part. They think I'm getting paid to make this little short. It's like this isn't my product. I don't have, this isn't mine. Like I'm not getting paid to say anything. So to say that's what's happening, like that's just crazy. It's like this is what I am, right? It's like I'm a knife reviewer who teaches knife sharpening and everything knife related, right? I have an EDC channel and other EDC related items. That's what I do. I test products basically. So I'm not the guy selling the product. I'm the guy testing it. So I'm the guy saying which one's good, which one's bad, which one's shit, which one's, not shit. I won't consider buying a knife Jared reviewed unless he says super duper at least 3 times. You know the codes, man. You know the codes. That's how you know. Cue ball. I like the 3-7. Is cue ball in here? Oh, he is in here. What's up, brother? What version of the B3 should I get? I personally, the flipper, you really don't need the flipper to be honest. And the flipper, like, look, I want to show you guys something. So you can fail this flipper very easily. But if you build up, so what I like to do is I go from here and I snap downward like this. Then it snaps out with authority. If you go straight, you could do that too. And it works good, but not as good as the snap down. That works better. But I don't rarely use it. I never really sit there and just flip this thing. I always flick it with a reverse flick. That's the satisfying part. So I don't think you need the flipper, and I don't think you'll ever use it. But if you want the extra option, you go for it. We have Just Nate's been a member for 10 months. Shout out to you. Josh has been a member for 2 months. Shout out to you. All love, my brother. Make your bag. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And Just Nate says, wow, 10 months in this beach. Then we have James K for 9 months, been a benchmade. He says 9 months with Todd Carr seems logical, and Daniel Cad, man. I appreciate all the support, guys. We will be having a Bang Gang live Sunday. And by the way, to the Patreons, because I know the Patreons are like, where the fuck is our MSI you promised us? I'm going to do the giveaway before we leave. And then when we get back, I'll mail it out. So I'm going to put up the video for either the Stitch or the MSI. And then while I'm gone on the trip or whatever, it'll give you something to win, right? Whoever to the Patreons, it'll give you guys something to win, something cool to win. And then when I get back, I'll mail it out. And then maybe while I'm at Blade Show, I'll grab a little something else for you guys. But I'm not promising anything because I already have stuff too. So, but maybe, it seems like every time I do, I'm always doing that. Look at my face. Kara, damn it. Oh man. I'm assuming the butterfly is keeping the prices high on purpose at this point. Oh, of course. It only goes as far as we allow it until the community stands together and says that's enough. Then this pricing will continuously happen. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm glad I didn't get that one, because to me, that is the way it is, right? We are making the prices by allowing it, by spending it. If you refuse and you say, I'm not going to spend my money with this company, I'm going to spend my money over here with this other company, a company that's a little bit more reasonable, and everybody starts doing that, you're going to see the prices go down. Absolutely, you will. When they start sitting on knives, that's when that'll happen. Like this knife. If they start sitting on this model for a very long time and nobody's buying it, even though a lot of people bought it, that's the thing. So, but as long as people are buying it, yep, that's gonna happen. It's kind of like Striders, right? Same exact damn thing. I don't travel often, logical. No, you don't travel much. Traveling in a week. Just got home from work. What have I missed? You missed a bunch of knives. You missed the Factor B3 is available for pre-order right now. You can go on Winter Blades if you want to check that out. We also talked about a bunch of other things like the new Praxis that's so damn dope. Cue Ball bought one. He said he's going to be doing a mod job on his. Not sure exactly what he's going to do, but I'm sure it'll be a dope scope. You know what's a really cool knife? The Real Steel HUGINN. I got it linked down in the description. It's kind of like a slim, sleek tactical knife. And I say that because it has such a good blade shape for everything. Like, this is a good self-defense blade shape. It's a good EDC blade shape. It's a good everything blade shape. Then it has a nice strong lock with this crossbar lock. It's on washers. Nice pop to it when it locks into place. Strong lockup. Slim, but palm filling. So it's nice and comfortable. It's almost like a Benchmade 940, but better. So you know how Benchmade 940 slim? Well, this is bigger than 940, by the way. The 940 probably be this long. So it's bigger, but bigger and better in all the ways. Like it's slicier, better ergos, better everything. And it's not USA made. That's the one problem, that it doesn't have. But VG10 steel, not too bad. That's a really good one though. I got a link down in the description. Like I said, if you guys want to see all the color options, I personally love it. I've carried it quite a bit. Now, as far as the new knife they have, this one, the Munin or something, I don't like it as much. I like it. It's good, but the thumb studs are just a little bit too tight to the scale. See that? They're like right there, even though they gave you a chamfer, and it's still pretty easy to get. And I do like it still. It's very ergonomic, same type of blade shape, very versatile, but just not as much as this one. Maybe it'll warm up to me. Hey Jim, welcome to the Benchmades. And Talica has been a member for 15 months. He ain't Hawaiian. Jared, did you sharpen that Hindar Magna Cut yet? I just finished up doing an eclipse for someone. No, I did not. I actually just did I'm doing the MSI right now. I'm doing the M390 MK, the Microtech steel. You guys see LTK's HRC test? Not good, but it is what they advertise. But it's not good. It's so soft, and it's mind-blowing to me how soft this shit is. But anyway, so we're doing the edge retention test on that to see. I already did one. We got one more to do. And yeah. Custom EDC Knives. Thank you for the 2 bones. I appreciate it, man. We were talking about your knife here just a little while ago. I linked it down in the description if people want to go and check it out. My work sharp just got delivered today. Nice. Oh yeah, I actually have a video coming soon on the stone holder attachment and tips and tricks. So it's going to be a tips and tricks on, and it's going to work for any system. So it doesn't matter if you have a KME, a TS Prof, whatever. It's just basically going to be like pro tips for fixed angled knife sharpening. So you guys can get the most professional edges possible with your fixed angled systems. Jared, you still talk to Blades and Fades? I haven't talked to him. Excuse me, I haven't talked to him recently. But yeah, we're still cool. Absolutely. Good dude. What person is riding with me in a slingshot? It's only a 2-seater, right? That's the one thing that sucks. It's only a 2-seater. I'll take a ride with you though. The thing that sucks is I got to leave Kara behind, so it's not. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we can lap it or something. Can't do 5 bones. Just dropped 375 on the P3. Thank you for the 2 bones, Q Ball. You did not have to do that, and don't worry, man. I get it. There's some knives you just can't miss, right? You just can't pass up. I ordered the stone holder attachment on Etsy the other day. Already here. Very cool. Yeah, no, and I've been telling people about it, so I've been telling people to go buy it if they want to. I wanted to make sure I tested it thoroughly before I start recommending it. I do want to take it seriously. I don't want to just recommend something, and I obviously ain't affiliated with it or anything. The guy gave me the thing, so I'm testing it out, and if it's good, you guys can go get it, right? But if you're gonna get stones, use my link for the stones. That'd be dope. But anyways, yeah, I want to make sure I'm testing it thoroughly. I do see one little tiny thing, but I don't even think it's much of an issue. And it's just super thin stones. The clamp part is a little bit wider than what the stones would be, but I haven't felt an issue with that yet. Kyle with the 5 bones. Shane is doing a giveaway at Blade. Go up to him and get a numbered sticker for your chance to win an American Blade Works Model 1. Shane, you're the man. Thanks, man. Shane's doing a big-ass giveaway at Blade Show. So if you want to win the American Blade Works Model 1, definitely go and check him out. And we have Charleston Chavers there is a new member. Shout out to you, man. That's dope. Appreciate all the support. We are going to be doing a live sharpening on Sunday. 1 week to go. Brian, are you going? Are you going, Brian? That's awesome, man. I hope you're about to say yes. That's dope. Yeah, dude. Good times, man. I'm excited. Been waiting for this since last year. And yeah, we got a nice little entourage too. So our entourage is yeah, some heavy hitters. We're gonna be hitting it hard. Daniel Cad with another 2 bones. I'm renting 3. You and Kara ride together. Oh shit. We're gonna be getting her done. I ain't got no license. I'll be fucking getting arrested. No, I'll be fine. We can maybe take it for a little spin. Just have to be careful. My buddy has one. I never drove it, but he has one. Let me catch up really quick. But no, dude, that sounds dope. I'm down. We'll just have to stay hush hush. I'm 100% going, not exhibiting. I want to actually enjoy the show at least once. That's a good idea, man. So with me, I'm going to obviously have to film. I have to do some interviews. So I'm going to do that the first day. After the first day, for the second day, if I have like a couple little things I need to clean up, maybe on the second day, I'll do it. You know, like say if there's a video I wasn't able to get and I promised them that I'd come, whatever, blah, blah. But I'm going to try to end that pretty quick in the morning on the second day because I want to enjoy it myself too. I want to be able to hang out with everybody. But regardless, guys, if you guys see me, come up and say what's up. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Just come up and say, unless if I'm doing an interview with a person. But if I'm not doing an interview, man, just come up to me. Even if I'm filming a table, it doesn't matter. I am so totally surprised Jared does not have a license. Ha ha. I'm right with you. Yeah, I can get it. You know, I can get it. I've already paid it all off. I just gotta go and get it. That's it. I gotta go probably take the test and stuff. But hey, Custom EDC Knives just dropped 20 bones. 15V takes an amazing edge. I just sharpened my Manix 2 15V with 400 grit and 3000 grit. Super vitrified diamond stones. Damn, you got the super vitrified. That's dope, man. I'm jealous. Followed by a 1 micron strop, and it's about the sharpest knife in my collection. No, that steel takes a ridiculously sharp edge. To me, it feels similar to K390. Not saying they're anything similar. I'm just saying that's what it feels like to me. It takes an edge like that. So yeah, dope. Very, very good. And yeah, vitrified stones, man. I've always wanted to try those. So those must be from Triple B. Jared, the stone holder you got, is it the one by Practical 3DP? I don't know. I just know the guy's name. I don't know his store name anymore. I used to know it, but I'm sure it's changed because the one before was from last year. So I'm not positive. It holds a 6-inch stones. It's obviously 3D printed. Yeah. Black. Logical. Are you going to ride Big Gorilla? Be right back. All right, brother. I'm just going through the ones I already read. But yeah, I'm gonna get it back soon. I keep saying I'm gonna go in and do that, but I just haven't yet. I'm probably going to do like a huge knife sale and go get a car because I also need to get a car, and that's also why I haven't. And it's kind of grounded me too because it was good that I didn't have one for a long time because it made it to where I had to, even though I couldn't even, man, I can't even imagine how much money I spent on Ubers. I don't want to talk about that part. Could have bought a fucking Porsche. But I'm kind of happy though that I didn't have one for a long time because it made it to where I was grounded. I didn't, even though all I could have done was made some calls and, moved around. But, since I wasn't doing that, I wasn't making calls. I wasn't calling the homies or anything. It made it to where I had to like stay still, So, and help me clean up my attitude. You guys better run in. Oh, for sure. We'll see you there, man. We are definitely going to see you there. Are you going to be at a booth, or are you just going to be running around? You're just running around, right, Vu? DC with another 2 bones. What day should we rent on? Friday or Saturday? Probably Saturday. Because Friday's going to be Saturday's going to be hectic too. Let me be honest though. So Saturday's going to be even more packed. But Friday, because it's the opening and everything, yeah, just get it on Saturday. I wouldn't get it Friday. Jared's buying a Porsche for first car. I wish. I fucking wish. Trust me, if I could, I would. If I could, I absolutely would. That's my absolute dream. And yeah, it's more than a dream and a grail. And I know some people would be like, that's a ridiculous dream. That's a ridiculous thing. But you guys don't understand. Since I was a little kid, I've like drooled over Porsches. Like that was like the most amazing thing to me when I was a kid. And they were so fascinating to me. I couldn't stop like thinking about them in my whole life. It's been a thing that I have to get. I have to have. So one of these days. Step in my house and my kitten runs down the hallway to greet me. You kitty. I have the Gladiator 2. Seems good. Talking about from AM8, or is that Migron or AM8, same thing. Yeah, the Gladiators are dope. I think the Gladiator 2s, I like it better than the first one myself. I really like. Do I have it sitting here? No, I don't. I really like the new Curix, man. The Curix is dope. I thought I had it sitting here, but I guess I don't. The Curix is really badass. I like that one. I like it. There's a lot of them that are really good. Some of them, the AM8s are a little bit boxy, but not bad. But they're just a little bit boxy. They could be a little bit better as far as the boxiness goes. I got a few other knives still here that I forgot to tell you guys. So as far as the REACT EXOK, they're going to be available next week. Next week, they'll be available, and I should have the new version anytime. So hopefully I get it before they drop so I can test it, because supposedly they fixed the problem I had. If you guys don't know, the problem was that when it's in your hand, you could fail it. When you squeeze and you go to swipe something. So I complained about that and complained about a couple other things, and they supposedly fixed it. So we will see. Also, I think the locking EXO is also going to be back pretty soon. I understand the Porsche thing, man. I'm a car guy. One day I'm going to get a DeLorean and build a killer street car. Very cool, chest hair millionaire. Yeah, dude, I'm the Porsche thing, man. It's more than like even just like a passion. Like it's something that like I have to. It's like it's kind of like if there's that one thing that if you don't do in your life, it's almost like you didn't succeed. It's kind of like that for me with that. It's something I have to do, and yeah. And I feel bad for whoever is around me, and if I'm 80 years old and haven't gotten one yet. Feel so bad for the guy who drives by in one. Because I'm taking that shit. Too bad, because I bet cue ball gives good backwards. What the fuck? I understand. Oh yeah, I already read that one. You've mentioned Veneve diamond stones before. What's the specific brand you use? That's Veneve. Veneve is the brand. So Veneve, it's a Russian company. And there might be some available. If you go down to my store in the description, the Neeves Knives store, I do have some in there. I'm not sure if there's any available. You'd have to check that yourself. But Veneve, I usually get, well, it depends on what you want them for. Like if you have a fixed angled system, then you're going to get the 1x6s or the 1x4s, depending on which system you have. If you're free-handed, I recommend the Dragons, but they're the most expensive. So the Phoenix ones they're not as thick. They don't have as much resin, so they're a little bit more affordable. I'm selling Jared my Fiesta. He will love it. Fiesta. Dude, I had so many fucking cars. If you guys knew how many damn cars I've had, like, I don't even honestly know. I have no idea how many I've had. I probably had at least, I had to have had at least 30 cars, 25, 30 of them. You know, when I think about everything, especially because there's been times I had a car for a week or like 5 days, you know, or a month or something. Um, yeah. I've like drove around crazy shit. Crazy shit. Just Nate with the 5 bones. What year Porsche you want? I like the ones from the 80s and the 90s the most. My favorite of the 90s, 94 would be like my dream, but they are just so expensive now for the ones I want. That I'd probably just try to, if I could, if it was possible, I'd go with probably a newer one. But you know, they're tough, man. They're hard to get, or not hard to get. They're very expensive to get. But as far as the one like the 90s ones, those ones are so hard to get because they are like their prices have just went up. Like while other collector cars went down, Porsches went up as far as that year, like the 964s, turbos, uh, you know, oh fuck, man. Yeah. In 94, man, that one with the round headlights, the just that whole style, you know, where the wheel wells swell out, everything about it. I think it's sexy as fuck. Um I think it's even sexier than like the new Porsches, but you know, I'll take a new one. I'll take what I can get at this point, except for like a Boxster. Uh, what's your all-time favorite knife? I don't really have an all-time favorite knife, and I say that because there's just so many, and it depends on like because it's like for what? Like if my favorite knife for for EDC, my favorite knife for camping, for hunting, like I feel like I have a different knife for everything. Now, I'm not saying I can give you an answer if you tell me something. Like if you tell me, "Oh, for just regular EDC," I'm not going to have an answer for you. There's just too many great ones. One of these days I will have a favorite and I'll be like, "This is my all-time favorite." I will say I do have an all-time recommended. My all-time most recommended knife is the Spyderco Mannix with the ball lock. That is a knife that's built to last, and that's what I love about it. Jared, I will trade my Hyundai for your Rockstud. Yeah, nice try. Nice try. Porsche 911, such a beauty. Absolutely. Uh, for your collection, the dearest one to your heart. What is my favorite one in my collection? Is that what you're asking me? Um, Well, the dearest one to my heart would be like sentimental. It'd be like the one like Kara got me or something. Uh, but other than that, like other than sentimental, you know, I like my Spartan Harseys. I love all my Spydercos. Um, I love my Hinders. I love them all, man. My Sharp by Designs are really good. My F-22 Kickstop. Um, like dude, I like so many. It's difficult, man. It's difficult to say. It's like that's like your kids asking you which one is your favorite, right? You have 3 kids and they're standing in front of you with teary eyes, like, "Uh, am I your favorite?" You got to tell them all, you know, like, no, you're all my favorite. That's what I do. I tell my knives every day, you're all my favorite, except for you. And I'll point to the one that fucking sucks. I'm like, you suck. But the rest of you, I love you. Good answer, but I don't know if Kara will think you were sincere. I'm definitely sincere because that's a $2,000 knife. Fuck, I better, and it is sentimental, so it's more than just the 2,000. It was gifted to me from her, so it doesn't mean a lot to me. But I have a lot of knives that mean a lot. Like even some of the stuff that like Mr. Amazing gave me, like my Shuros. I love my Shuros. Like my Shuros are fantastic. I have so many knives that are just so amazing. And there's even other knives that like the thing is that I might technically like better than some of my favorite knives. But there's a difference. And you guys know this, right? You guys know this. You could have a favorite knife, or not favorite, sorry, a knife that you love so much, but another knife that you do not love as much, but it's better than the one you love, right? Like I can like look at like even like this Praxis, right? This Praxis. I think this thing is awesome. This thing is super useful. This thing would be like such a good pocket knife for so many things. And it'll probably outshine technically some of the knives that are my favorites. But that doesn't mean that it takes that place, you know. My dad would just look us dead in the eyes and say, I don't even like any of you. You're not even my child, boy. Jared, your cologne arrived? Hell yeah. Which one did you get? You got the Versace Loam, right? Or not Loam, what was it? Pour Home. Pour Home. That's what you got, right? Am I correct? Cue ball. The Versace Pour Home. I have a 1902 I cannot find anywhere, and Jared came through. That is sentimental to me. Oh man. You're welcome, Cad. You're welcome, man. It was nothing. Cue ball is going to be stealing your broads. Watch out. I know everybody better watch out because cue ball is coming in hot. We actually have a fragrance of the day we're going to talk about as soon as I find out which one cue ball got. I believe he got the Versace Pour Home, which is a great one. That's like my most recommended office fragrance. It's my most recommended fragrance if you're going to be in crowds, or not crowds, sorry, if you're going to be in like events, groups of people, like, you know, like I wouldn't say like a club, right? Not saying that you can't wear it to a club because it'd be just good for a club, but it's more for like an office setting, you know, if you're caught in elevators with people, that type of fragrance. It's not overbearing, it's not overpowering, it's very fresh. Yep, yeah, that's the one. Yep. Yeah, it's really good. So what do you think about it? That's the question. Do you like it? Now, with fragrances, that one smells good like right off the bat, so it doesn't apply to that one. But with fragrances, it's weird what happens. The notes come out over time. So that fragrance you have, what you smell now, you're gonna smell so much more in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, it's kind of like a knife breaking in. Like, oh, your knife is smooth, but in a couple months, that fucker's gonna be real smooth. It's kind of like that. Fragrances, the notes, like I don't know, like they evolve, and you'll smell notes that you didn't. You'll be like, man, I didn't even remember this thing smelling like this. I have literally every single fragrance. I have like over 100 fragrances, and this happened to every single one of them. Every single one smells slightly different, if not a lot different than when I originally got it. It's just how fragrances are. So fragrance of the day. Let's check this out. So, shout out to the person who sent it to me. You know who you are. I was even in the chat. I didn't see him tonight, but he sent this to me, and it is the Cuba Gold. Looks like a cigar. Cuba Original Gold for Men. So this is, he says it's very affordable. I didn't link it, but you guys can go find it. It's just Cuba Original, EDT. So EDT stands for Eau de Toilette. So it is a spicy fragrance. Let's put a little bit on my hand. The sprayer is nice. Nice sprayer. So it's good. I wouldn't say it's great for me. It smells like a lot like this. And this would be an all-star version of that. So if you really like that type of fragrance, Spice Bomb Extreme. That's what you want. That's what it smells like, except for Spice Bomb Extreme is going to be like a far, far better quality version. It's going to be more expensive too. But this is like basically that just powered up. Yeah, they're like identical. Really, not identical, but like close to identical. Now, the one, ooh, yeah, that smells pretty good. The one I really like that's similar to both of these, right? That's similar to both of these. These are spicy fragrances. So think of cinnamon, pepper, other spices, a little bit of sweetness. There's always like a fruity sweetness note in there. But the Azzaro Wanted by Night. This one's like one of my favorite spices. We have one more we're going to talk about that's a sweet spicy, but this one has a sweetness to it too. So this one is spicy off the top, but you can smell the sweetness underneath the spice. So it has Like these are mostly spice right off the top and the middle and the bottom with some sweetness mixed in. This is spice and sweetness, like just the kind of blending together where you really smell both very, very much or a lot. Really, really good. Now it smells like a whorehouse in here. Now, if you really like these types of fragrances, the spicy ones, which it's one of the most popular fragrances for men is the spicy fragrances because it's masculine, super masculine. So men love it, women love it. You know, you'll watch a lot of the fragrance channels. They, especially for cooler nights, winters, springs, falls, spicy fragrances do really good. They're not good in the summer though, so stay away from them in the summer. There's only one spicy fragrance you could probably get off in the summer, and that's this one. So this is a very sweet, yeah, that's sweet. That is it's a super sweet spicy fragrance. So it has spices on it. It has cinnamon and spices, but it's also mixed with something really, really sweet. I don't know what it is, like a candy. It's like a candy, not like a peppermint or anything. So not like that. Don't take it like that. But it's got a sweetness to it and then some cinnamon on top. That's basically what it is. Now, this is not my favorite 1 million. This is 1 million Parfum. My favorite is 1 million Lucky. I'm waiting for my bottle right now. I bought it and then they said they sold it out, so they had to give me my money back. So I had to reorder it again. Bought the big bottle. But the 1 million Lucky is my favorite. Sweet fragrance as far as one from 1 million. But these are all really good fragrances for spicy fragrances. This one, like I said, man, if you have been wanting to try Spice Bomb, get this. It's a very affordable version. And this they smell almost identical. They really do. So anybody who really wants to try one of these but doesn't have the money because it's, you know, a little bit more expensive. It's not stupid expensive, but it's quite a bit more expensive. Try that Cuba. All right, let me get to the chat. Bang! What's up, bro? My favorite cologne is Spice Bomb Night Vision EDP. So this one's the spice, the extreme, the Spice Bomb Extreme. And you see it's got the tab so you can throw it like a grenade. Strippers would be going loopy in that room. Damn right they would. Smell knowers, is there one that smells of clove? A clove? Yeah, I'm sure there is. There's literally a scent for everything. Like there's even I forget what they call it. You can look up the name of it, but it's the scent of things, and there's a company that does it really well. So like say if like the thing is marshmallows in a burning fire, right? Or like, you know, making s'mores in a fire or something. If that's the thing, right? They'll try to capture that scent in a bottle. Or like say sitting by a fire, right? They'll try to capture that scent, like, you know, while you're outside, like listen, you know, sitting next to a fire. There's, you know, a whole bunch of other ones. So like they try to capture moments in time and like memories and put them in a bottle. Then there's gourmand fragrances that smell edible. Then there's fragrances that literally smell like a thing. So like say if the thing is like, I don't know, coffee, right? It'll smell identical to coffee. That would be more of a gourmand too. But they, you know, there's other ways you could look at that. But yeah, there's so many different fragrances, man. I love the smell of cedarwood, bergamot, and myrrh. Yeah, I like cedarwood and bergamot. I have that's a those two notes are in a lot of fragrances, so you can find a lot with those notes. I like some so depending on how it's applied, but like cardamom, I really like. I like Embroxen scents, like Versace Dylan Blue. That's an Embroxen bomb. Um, I love the sweetness. I love them all, to be honest, man. I love it. It just depends on the time of day and everything. Like summer heat, get a fresh scent. Get a blue fragrance for the summer. You got to have blue for the summer. Get something nice and fresh, but always have something for the colder nights because there's going to be some colder nights, maybe even in the summer where it's going to be more nighttime. You're going to be in the club or at a bar or maybe going out on a date. You might want a little bit more of a warmer fragrance, something sweeter, maybe spicy, something like that. But But people treat you different too when you smell good, man. Like, because you're more inviting, right? When you walk up this, it's like I always say, man, who would you pick if two guys walked in the room and one's a stinky fucker and one is not? Which one are you hiring? The stinky fucker? Both the same. They're both the same. Same everything else, except for the fact that the one's a stinky fucker and one is not. Yeah, exactly. I rest my case. Why do I feel like getting a Lamborghini or McLaren instead of a slingshot? Don't do it, Daniel. Don't do it. Yeah, that'd be a lot of money. Or rent a Lambo for the day. That'd be crazy. I need a bug out for real and a Deca. The Deca is what you want. You want the Deca with the original goat scales linked down in the description for 15% off. That is what you want. But I'll tell you what, man, a Lambo would be dope, Dan. Would be dope. I've had a few people smell good, feel good. Exactly. Smell good, you feel good. And you really do. Like, you feel so, like, your day just goes better when you smell good. You know, and I don't know if you guys know this, but there's actually notes that do things to you. So there's this other guy, a fragrance guy. He's actually a men's I don't know what you'd call it, like a men's clothing expert, and like, you know, like he basically, you know, shows men how to have good style. Okay, so a men's stylist. Okay, so he made one of his own fragrances, and his fragrances, this is pretty cool. He's trying to capture things that make you feel a certain way. So like fragrance that makes you feel brave, or makes you feel happy, or makes you relax, or whatever, right? So, and he's trying to capture these, you know, because there's certain notes that actually give that effect in your brain. So he's trying to capture them in a bottle and sell them. And he, you know, he's doing them. He's been working on it for the past couple of years, and it's probably going to be out soon. It sounds pretty dope. I've never tried them because they're not out yet. At least I don't think they are. If you guys ever meet Jared at Blade, you better make sure you don't stink. If you do, it's okay. I mean, that's just how you roll, I guess. You know, I'll think about it though. And not just me. It's not just me who will think about it. It's everybody. You know, most people don't, but you're gonna. This is the thing. You're gonna run into them. So every single one of you that's going to Blade Show, you're gonna run into one of them, maybe even two or three. Just is what it is. You know, and that's the way it goes everywhere. Oh, listen to this story. So we're getting to story time, so might as well start telling some stories. So I was watching this video. Yeah, dopamine. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, fucking to kick off your dopamine receptors or whatever for a fragrance. Yeah. And to me, like, a lot of fragrances do that already. Like they kick off your dopamine receptors to make you happy, make you feel good, make you want to get up and do something. And that's awesome, man. So anything that helps you do that. So I was watching this video the other day, and this guy was like 21 years old. And this is like, and you guys know the type of people I'm talking about, you know, the people that are like in LA and like Skid Row and stuff, the people that are like just all fucked up and drugged out. He was one of them, but he was like 21, and you can see like it breaks your heart, man, because you look at him and you're like, this is somebody's kid, man. This is somebody's child. This is somebody's brother, and his brain is so rotted from the drugs that his words are scrambled. Like, he still can talk, and you could tell he was super intelligent at one time. You could tell he's an intelligent human being, but he's just fucking fried. So he's saying, like, he's talking and having a decent conversation, but the way he's like stuttering and going back, like, it's just weird, like really weird. You could tell it was drugs. So you look down at his hand, and he had an infection in his pinky, like an abscess, and it was so, his pinky was probably this big around, with skin tearing off the side of it because it's so fat from swelling. It's probably going to need to be removed. Like, and you're just looking at it like, fuck, dude. Like, he was probably trying to shoot up in his finger or something, and couldn't hit veins anywhere else and fucking went for the finger. I don't know. Maybe it was just a cut and it got infected from being out there because he's so dirty. He's filthy. Like the clothes he's wearing is, you can tell he's been wearing probably for 3 months, and they're fucking covered in like dirt and oil and grime. His hands are just fucking filthy. And you're looking at the wound, like, of course it's infected. Look at your hands, right? Well, then he tells the guy, because the guy's sitting there, he's trying to help him, right? He's like trying to talk to him, like, hey man, where's your family, man? And, like, he's trying to talk to him. And the dude's like talking about, yeah, I'm gonna try to go get a job. It's like, nobody's giving you a fucking job. Nobody's giving this guy a job. That's the sad thing. It doesn't matter how bad he wants to work. Nobody's giving that stinky fucker a job, right? And I feel bad for him. And listen, I it breaks my heart to see this shit, because I know what he feels like. I've never been like to that level, but I've had some injuries myself. But anyways, so he starts telling the guy, like, oh, you want to see the wound I have on my leg? He's like, I'm gonna show you. Starts pulling up his pant leg, and the stench is so bad that he's warning the guy, like, you're about to smell like it's gonna be bad. And the guy's like, oh fuck. And he starts telling him, like, no, don't show me. And he keeps lifting it up. Well, then what gets uncovered, you see the pant leg going up, the dirty, dirty, rotten pants he's wearing. And you see this infected wound on the side of his leg. It's yellow at first, and it gets to a big like, it looks like a bed sore, like what you'd see on like an elderly patient, like a bed sore. That's what it looked like, but it was some sort of abscess, something like some sort of skin infection, and it was rotting away his flesh. He's probably going to need his leg removed, right? And you could see like him just lifting up the pant is like tearing some of the skin off, like it's so bad. And it's like, at what point do you get help, right? At what point do you say, this guy needed an emergency room, like not a doctor, no doctor. He needs to go to the emergency room, not tomorrow, not later, now, right now. And I'll bet you they were probably gonna have to amputate his leg. Like, it's getting that bad. So, story about when I got a bad infection in my wrist. So I had gotten fuck, I can't think of the name of it. It's called something. Fuck, I can't think. It's a skin infection, and I got it in my wrist, and just out of nowhere, man, I can't think of the name of it. At first it's red and it gets hot, and like you can actually feel it's hot, and then all of a sudden it just starts swelling, and my wrist turned into a softball. And at first it was like a golf ball, right? And I was thinking, like, it's gonna go away, right? Because at first it's just like a bump, and you're like, that'll go away. I have so many wounds. I've done construction my whole life. I didn't give a fuck. But then it just kept going, kept going, kept going. And then finally, like within like 2 days, this thing is like this. And you can see, like, I need to go to the hospital. I have to go to the hospital. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But the thing is that I did not go to the hospital for 3 days. And that's why it got that bad. Like, I should have been in the hospital the first day, right? The first day. And then I probably could have just took some antibiotics. But instead, I waited and didn't go, because I was, at the time, I was on dope, and I was so scared to go into the hospital and not be able to, to use. That's how poisoned your brain is when you think, when you're, addicted to drugs. So it rots your ability to properly think, and it hurts your ability to make sound decisions that are good for your health. So instead, because I did not want to be stuck, or I didn't want them to admit me, and I didn't want not to be able to go and hustle and work and get money so that I could get more shit. Anyway, so when I went in there, they instantly looked at me and said, we have to send you into emergency surgery right now. Like, and then like they were freaking out. Like, you could see, like they had realized, like, then they were telling me, like, pray that this thing hasn't hit your bloodstream, because if it's hit your bloodstream, we might have to amputate your arm. This is what they're telling me. And I'm like, fuck. Like, you know, like if I would have just came yesterday, and that's what they were telling me. If you would have just came yesterday, why'd you wait? Like, that's what they're saying. So they rushed me into emergency surgery, right? And then get this. Now here's where it gets pretty nasty. Because I was using and was a dope fiend, they fucking couldn't find any veins on me. They couldn't find any veins on me, and they had to hit a vein because they had to put me under to do the surgery, and they had to you know, they had to do all this surgery shit, right? And they needed to get the antibiotics in me. So they needed to do a bunch of shit, right? So they fucking they were trying to hit me, trying to find, you know, a vein, and they just couldn't. And finally this pro comes in. Like, you know how they do that, right? If they can't find a vein, they'll bring a pro in. I don't know why they don't just do that off the bat. But anyway, so the pro looks at my neck and she's like, "Oh, I can get you." Right? And she fucking puts an IV into my neck. And it makes you, man, it's like, fuck, man. You know, like, damn, man, like it has to be the hard way every way, right? When you're a meathead, knucklehead motherfucker like me, it's like it's got to be the hard way or no way. So now I have to get fucking this needle shoved into my neck and you know, an IV hooked up to my neck. But I will say, you know, hear this is the sick part. I ain't even gotten to that part. The sick part is that I was so happy that they put that bitch in me, that IV, because it gave me the ability to shoot dope in into a fucking IV rig. Because I swiped a I shouldn't even be saying this shit. It makes me look so bad, but you know, it just is what it is. I swiped a syringe, but not like with a needle, like the ones you can hook up to an IV. I swiped one of those, and I was having my people, my, you know, bring shit into me, and then I was putting it in there, and then all I had to do was just connect it to my IV and right in, and it made it possible for me to sit in there for, because I was in there for a week. They wouldn't let me out. They said, you know, that I had to stay admitted, because if not, I might die, right? Or they might have to amputate my arm. So, and even through all of that, right? Even through all of that, I still had to be a fucking idiot. Right? I still had to, you know, but it's because you're so sick, and it's like the thought of being sick is so much worse than even the thought of losing your arm, which is so crazy. Dan, thank you for the 2 bones. Does Kara have a license? No, she does not. No, she does not. I can get a license easier than she can, but no, she does not. They need to get that done this week. But I leave in one empty front. I said, "Bye." Oh man, that's sad. You come so far, bro. What a boss. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, man, when I was in there, my uncle came in and he looked at me, and he's seen it before they did the surgery, like, because like he came right away. My uncle's a G, man. He knows what's up about everything. I didn't even call him or nothing. He fucking, I don't know if he heard it on a scanner. I don't know how he knew. I have no idea. But that motherfucker showed up, and he always did. He's always shown up. Man, I love that motherfucker so much. And he showed up and looked at me and started giving me so much shit. Like, what is wrong with you, man? Why didn't you come in here 2 days ago or 3 days ago? And I said, you know, it blew up so fast. Like, you know, like next thing I knew, it was just so big. And he's like, you know, he's telling me like, you're gonna fucking kill yourself. You know, you're gonna fucking wind up getting your limbs, you know, amputated like your dad. And that's what he's telling me. You're gonna be like your fucking dad. Because my dad, you know, had his legs amputated, or one leg amputated from an infection, not from drugs or anything like that, but from being paralyzed. He was intentionally doing it to himself, but that was some tough shit, man. Doing surgery on him constantly and patching up his bed wounds. And I see I missed a super chat. Damn it. All right, fuck you. James K. Thank you for the 2 bones. Jared's a whiz at nicknames. Ask Daniel, Stinky Cat. Thank you for the 2 bones, James. I appreciate it. I'm going to rent Jared a Porsche instead. Yeah, right. that he can't drive them. Don't do that. Don't do that. That would not be good for me. He just has to look at it and to get the DMV taken care of. Oh, don't do that to me. Don't even joke like that because oh, fuck. You got my brain twisted now. Don't do that to me. Don't do that. Did they cop to it? I don't know what that means. Did they You're lucky that shit didn't turn into MRSA. Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of what it's called. It's called something. I can't think of the name of it, but it's pretty common. It's pretty common with dope users. And it can happen out of nowhere, And yeah, and it happened to me actually a couple times, but the thing was like usually you just take antibiotics and you get rid of it quick. But if you don't take antibiotics and you don't do anything about it, were you worried about withdrawals? Is that what you were thinking in the back? Yeah, that's exactly what I was worried about. I was worried about going through withdrawals because when you're that deep, withdrawals is the worst possible thing that can happen to you. Like you are fighting for your life to stay away from withdrawals. Nobody understands unless you've been through it how bad withdrawals are. And when I even look back at it now, like you think about it, like, man, just fucking get your shit together, get your shit clean. Like, I can tell people exactly what to do and how to get clean, like, because I've been through it. But at the time when you're going through it, your brain, the chemicals in your brain are just off. Like your brain is not functioning at a high level. And I mean, not meaning like it's not like working good. I'm saying that what's happening is your brain is working only to get your fix, only to not be withdrawing, because withdrawing is like running out of oxygen. So it's kind of like if you walked around with a band on your wrist, and as soon as that timer ran out, you'd run out of oxygen, right? If that happened, you'd be incentivized to find oxygen, right? Whatever that is, you would be doing whatever it takes to make sure that watch doesn't run out of time so that you run out of oxygen. That's the way it feels. It really, truly does. And I try to give that example because everybody knows what it's like to drown. Even if you've never drowned, you know what it's like to drown, right? If I was drowning you right now, what would you do to get out? Right? That's the thought process. You have to understand that somebody who's going through the withdrawals, that's what it feels like. And it literally feels like they're dying, and it's so bad that you want to stay away from it. Like you want to not feel that so bad that you're willing to do just about anything. You're willing to do things that you never thought would be okay, things that morally you do not like things that you would have shunned people for and gotten mad at people and probably disowned for doing the same shit. But then you're willing to do it because you're, like I said, when you get to a certain point, man, everybody says they won't do something, but when you get to a certain point, man, even me, like I had so many morals and everything, granted I was a knucklehead and a convict and shit, but that didn't stop me from having a lot of morals. I still had a lot of morals, took care of a lot of people, was very respected. Like I've always been respected my whole life, like because I demanded it. And I was an asset to people. So I treated people really good. They relied on me. So I held myself to a high standard. But man, when you get to a drug addiction, all that goes out the window. Chest hair, 14 years sober from scripts. Luckily, I stopped before the needle. Good for you, man. Good for you. Alcohol withdrawals are absolutely terrible. I know. I've seen some horrific alcohol withdrawals. I see. Yeah, I've seen every type of withdrawal, but alcohol, yeah, it can kill you, man. Crazy brown recluse is the norm now in California. Well, that sucks. Don't get bit by the recluse. Uh, it's 99% flight. Yeah, it is all flight. I've seen dope sick. Wouldn't want to go through it. No, it's fucking the worst, man. It sucks. I used to be on that shit too. Withdrawals are the worst. Stress 24/7. Yeah, 24/7. Exactly. You don't get a break. What's crazy is you don't get a break. So if you're fucking on dope for 2 years, is almost like you went through 2 years of no break. Your adrenaline is just through the fucking roof because your brain is constantly thinking how to make money, how to make money, how to make money, how to make money. That's it. You can't think of anything else because, like I said, that clock on the wrist, right? It's going to run out. You're out of oxygen. So even if you have oxygen right now, you have to prevent and tomorrow when your oxygen runs out. So right now, while you feel good, while you're normal, you have to go make money. You have to figure out how to make money. You can't relax. Time to eat? Nope, I can't eat. Right? I can't eat because I have to make money. And then when you can, like when you have money to eat, it's like you'd rather make sure you have oxygen, right? And I'm using that as for dope. You'd rather have that than the food because it's more to your survival. Man, it's fucking shitty, man. Jared, I have reduced my pain med consumption to half of my prescription. Good for you, man. Good for you. Keep it up. Keep it up. That's an awesome thing. I think anybody who needs to take painkillers. My dad took painkillers till he died, but he needed them. He had he was paralyzed and shit. And I think there's going to be people obviously where you do need it, but if you do or don't, it, right? And if you need it because you're going through withdrawals and you really don't need it, you're taking it for the withdrawals. But if you actually have like a serious injury that you're dealing with, and I know you have some shit, Shane, so I'm not trying to say you, but for people in general, you want to stay away from those things, man, because it just gets worse and worse and worse. And your tolerance never goes down. It always goes up. Unless if you back off, then it'll go down. But as long as you're on it, your tolerance will always go up. But I tell people, anybody who's dealing with it, man, you can get a hold of me. I'll tell you what to do. I can tell you exactly, how to make it through without you only withdraw maybe for 12 hours. Which, in the grand scheme of things isn't that bad considering, don't get me wrong, 12 hours when you're when you're fucking fucked up and you hear 12 hours, you're like 12 hours. Anybody like now I look back, it's like only 12 hours. But for somebody going through it, they're like fucking 12 hours. What are you talking about? 12 hours? That's crazy. But it's really not though, considering like if you didn't, it'd take weeks, right? You're gonna have 3, 4, 5 days of just like ungodly sickness, and then you're gonna feel like shit for like a month, like just dragging, and dragging and dragging. Kratom does wonders. Yeah, I've heard some good stuff from Kratom. Anyone ever order a knife from Optics Planet? Are they reliable? I have no idea who that is, Devon. I wouldn't mess with that. I have no idea who that is. I've never even heard of that. Damn, you sold the blue titanium frag pattern penguin for 75 bones. They have some on Blade HQ for 105. I was on 75 milligrams fentanyl patch, 30 milligrams morphine 6 times a day, and 15 milligrams oxy 4 times a day for 2 years, and went down to 10 milligrams oxycodone 4 times a day for 5-day span. Yeah, my dad was on 250 milligrams of fentanyl every 72 hours because they were 3-day patch. He wore them on his arm, but he was abusing them. So he was not only wearing patches, he was eating them. So he had basically, because of his injury and because, of his situation, he basically could get any painkillers he wanted. But what happened was, he was taking his own painkillers and eventually it got so bad that he was abusing them. Then it got to the point to where what he's getting, and he was wheeling and dealing and shit too. So, he's taking care of business, but he would run out. And so he started getting on other shit. So then he started getting on shit and buying things off the streets to fulfill that. And I went through a lot with my old man, and a good man, such a good man. But when you're paralyzed and you're looking death in the face, yeah. It's amazing how intelligent you are, even after years of drug abuse. Definitely a testimony of one of the lucky and blessed ones. I feel so blessed. That's why I always say that. Like when I sit there and tell people how I feel blessed, or when I say it on the channel, like you have no idea. Like I truly feel like I should be dead. And not even just from like drug addiction. Like I could, man, the stories that I've been through, the shit that I've been through, the shit that I've done that should have got me killed, the shit that I've done, just period. Like I should be in prison or dead, and that's just the way it is. And if if I got caught for some of the shit that I did, man, I there's no way I'd ever see a day of light. Like I would be in prison for the rest of my life. So it just, you know, I'm blessed. I am so blessed. Suboxone saved me. That's what you want to get on. That's what I'd recommend, even more than like methadone and stuff. You want to get on Suboxone. You want to get on Suboxone and then eventually go and get the shot and stuff. But yeah, Suboxone's the way to go. Get on Suboxone and gabapentin. Don't abuse the gabapentin because your tolerance goes up really fast with gabapentin. But gabapentin works with the nerves. So, and I'm not a doctor, so don't take any advice from me. I'm just talking shit, by the way. Um, Gabapentin helps with nerve damage. So when you're withdrawing, you have your nerves are just firing off like crazy, like rapidly. And it's one of the worst parts about withdrawing is that your nerves are like basically like waking up and they're firing off like crazy. And that's why you can't sit still. Like you can't sit still. You're fucking constantly twitching and moving and flipping and hot, cold, blah, 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 blah. But if you take gabapentin, it takes that away. It makes it to where you can actually relax because it knocks down those nerves. The only injection Jared won't take is COVID. What a boss. Damn right. You got that right. That's true. There's probably a few others I wouldn't, but to be honest, I was terrified of needles my whole life. Terrified. I fucking hated them. I still do. I still do. But no, yeah, that's how poisoned your brain gets, and I never thought I would do that because I was, when I first started, I was just taking pills and, when I want doing dope, I was snorting it for a long time. And I was what you'd call a functioning addict for a long time. But then eventually, like everybody, you hit the wall. You hit the wall and then you start doing the dirty. Brother, I'm glad you're done with that shitty season of life. Talking on here is a valuable tool for yourself and others. Thank you, Patriot. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I agree. It is good. And I do want to, I keep talking about it. And as soon as I get back from Blade Show, we have so many plans and so many things going on right now. When I get back from Blade Show, I am going to start up the other channel that is going to be geared towards men's, health and fitness and stuff like that. Maybe not fitness, but like men's health and like just men's shit, period. Not sure exactly where I'll take it, but I'm hoping it can help some men out there that are struggling and maybe, even like dating shit, maybe addiction shit, just you name it, just anything relating to the psychology of men, and women too. So I don't want to say just men because men and women, I think women can definitely um, get something from it, especially because, women have to deal with men, right? So it's good to know how a man thinks. I think Gavin is nice. It's amazing. Nice try Lyrica. Oh, I see. Gavin is nice. Try Lyrica. It's amazing. Okay. Yeah, I was on the gabapentin and I gotta say, man, it saved my life because, like I said, it made it to where, when I was taking my Suboxone, it made it to where the nerves were settled down and it massively helped, like massively. But your tolerance goes up fast with it. That's the problem. So over a week span, you're going to be taking, double your dose. So, but the beautiful thing is that even though your tolerance goes up, it's also easy to get off of them. So it's easy. If you're on like 3 or 4, 5, 10 pills a day, you can easily get by with 2 and not feel bad. But if you go cold turkey, you'll feel like shit. It's like you're trading one thing for another. But you can easily lower yourself down because all you need is a little tiny bit to not feel like shit. So it's easy to lower down and easy to get off. I got off them like 3 times. So and easily too, like no problems. Is Kara gonna chime in on that new channel for women parts? I don't know. I don't know. She probably will when I need her to, when I want her to. When we get back from Blade Show. 100 days today without a drink. Actually, sober life is a good life. Devon, good for you, man. Dude, I'm so happy for you. 100 days. That's an incredible fucking thing, man. Give yourself a pat on the back. That's amazing. Now Jared is a functioning knife addict. Withdrawals would suck from this addiction. Yeah. Doing the dirty, doing the stanky leg dance move. Have you seen that To Be a Man music video by Dice? I have. Yes, yeah. That almost brought a tear to my eye. Yeah, I have. I absolutely have. And that stuff, anytime like I hear something, or I listen to something, even if it's like Jordan Peterson or whoever talking about, like, strong men and construction workers and road workers and just the men period, right? Just men creating societies and building society. It gives me goosebumps. Like, it almost brings a tear to my eye because that's what I did my whole life. So, I know the pain and the struggles of showing up every fucking day, no matter what. Going through all the pain and the agony just to provide for, your family or yourself or whatever. And it almost feels like that's your duty, right? Your duty. And it is. It's your fucking duty. So your duty is to build and maintain society and protect society. So as a man, you have an obligation to build, create, and protect, right? You got to be doing one of them. And I was doing all of it, and because I felt like, I thought, or I knew that that's, what made a man, so I was constantly doing, all different kinds of construction and in some of the fucking craziest environments and dealing with some of the craziest people you can imagine. What's the warning in the thumbnail? It is I was just flicking it. Oh, the WHARNTAC right here. It's you can get it right now for $225. It's linked down in the description. It's the WHARNTAC. I have multiple videos on it. It is a hollow ground Wharncliffe blade, but you can get a full hollow for $300 with a reground blade. But just this one right here is $225, but only till the first. After the first, supposedly it's going to go back up. So it's got micro milling on it. It's got micro milling. It's really good. It's a really good one. Well worth the $225. Check out Tim Grover for Psychology of Men. He was a personal trainer for MJ and Kobe, Michael Jordan and Kobe, and does public speaking now. Very cool. Yeah, that's a good show. I think there's a lot of things I don't agree with them on, but there's also a lot of things I do agree with them on. What I do like is their Money Mondays. Todd, Money Mondays is what I really like. Yeah, they do the girl show, like the show where they bring on the girls at night. I like that, and don't get me wrong, I watch it all the time, so I'm not gonna say I don't like it. I do like it, but I get more enjoyment out of like Money Mondays where you're actually benefiting as a man. But as far as the girl shows, like, I think it's, it's funny. I watch it, but there's just some things I don't agree with, even though like 80 to 90% I do agree with, you know what I mean? So I sometimes I don't agree with the way they might deal with people sometimes, but then sometimes I do. So it just depends, like, because I get it. But anyways, yeah, no, there's a lot of great channels, man. A lot of great channels. There's this one I watch all the time, and I might even do a lot of this on my channel where he just basically goes and finds videos of different things and shows it and then says something afterwards, then plays the next video, says something afterwards. But it's very entertaining because the things he's showing you is like different relationship things, different arguments, like say a boyfriend and girlfriend arguing. Maybe it's a guy at the gym working out and something happens. Like, it's just something after another. So it makes it to where there's always something to talk about briefly, and it's quick, it's fast. It's not slow, like it's not boring, right? The scene changes constantly. Then that is like a recipe for greatness. A channel that is paced well, like it's a constant beat, constant pace. You never hit a dead spot, and entertaining and all that. So that's probably the kind of channel I'm probably going to do is something similar to him. And that is Poor Man, by the way. Poor Man podcast, really good. Go watch it. He was an athlete. He was I think in rugby. He was an Olympic rugby player, I believe. But he's really good. What's your latest grail you are seeking? I mean, if I was gonna say like a grail, I don't know, a Conagarius, a Rosie. Oh no, like there's I think he's gotten better too, but the SG knives, I think it's SG. He's in another country, but he's really good. But maybe a Rosenti or a Brian Nadeau, something like that. I'd love to get a Brian Nadeau or a Rosenti. Late night girls' lives, they are more fun, I think, but the interviews they do are cool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's fun to watch the other ones, but the one gives you vital information. Um, but uh but yeah, but I got to give those guys respect, man, because they're doing their best to help men, and I love that. I love that. I love that they're going out of their way, and of course they're making a lot of money, right? Of course they are, but I don't care. Like I want people to make money, so I'm happy for them. I'm happy they're making a lot of money, and they are doing their best to help a lot of men that don't have voices, and yeah, man, when you start listening to the statistics of men, it starts making you very sad of society and the men in society when you start listening to the statistics of things that are happening right now. So it makes it to where and that's why I feel like it's important to do something about it because yeah, without good strong men, man, this place falls apart really fucking fast. John Jay just found the channel last week. And that hospital story really hit home. Keep up the good work. Subscribe. Thank you, John. I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, we usually do story time around 9 o'clock. Every live Wednesdays and Saturdays, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I appreciate you coming in, man. Jared, did you ever check out the Dry Creek Wrangler school guy? He's like the cowboy Jordan Peterson. Yes, yes, yes. I do know who you're talking about. Yeah. No, he's really cool. He's pretty cool. You know, not that I can't vibe with him because I absolutely can. And I've listened to him a bunch of times. I usually like things packaged a little bit differently. So, just for an example, somebody who's like really good to me, and I know like for a lot of you, he's going to be absolutely off the fucking walls. You're going to be like, no, absolutely not. But his name's Wes Watson. He did 10 years in prison in California prison, and in 2 years of getting out of prison became a millionaire. Like he's just fucking killing it, winning. But the way he packages it up is not, it's like drill sergeant style, like get your shit together. And he yells at you, but in a good way. Like you can feel the love there, you can feel the passion, you can feel him really trying to help people and actually giving the shit. And it's more than just that. He's also like trying to get you to just change your mindset. And I'll tell you what, man, my mindset is completely different. I still have a lot of, the same morals I've always had and a lot of the same mindset, because the reason why, I've worked as hard as I did and did the jobs I did and was loyal to all the people I was for that reason, because of my morals and because of the way I thought. But when I want to, it's amplified by 10. And that's the way I feel now. I feel like my mind is so amplified with wanting to be great, with wanting to do good, with wanting to do hard work, with wanting to run a successful business, with just wanting to be the best I can be in every fucking way possible, whether that's in relationships, whether that's in health, whatever. So, and that if you listen to that guy, go listen to some of his shit. He gets her done. I love it though, man. I love like the way he talks to you. He'll call you he calls you names and stuff, but I'm telling you, man, it's great. I almost feel like pulling one up and showing you guys because it's hilarious. Sometimes he just makes me laugh my ass off. James K, thank you for the 5 bones. As Daniel Cat always tells us, you can't take it with you. He never saw a hearse with a luggage rack on it. Yeah, no, you can't take it with you. You definitely can't. You can't take it with you, but the experiences you have in life are what you're going to take with you or leave behind. So that's why you want to have good people around you and be good to the people around you and grow good relationships. Be reliable and have people around you that are reliable. You know, if you have a good team of men around you, I know this because I've always had it, right? I've always had a strong crew of men around me that I can call at the drop of a dime. I can call right now. I promise you I can call right now and get just about anything done. But that makes it to where you're almost undefeatable, you know. You can get through so much, you can do so much. And if you have good men around you that are willing to die for you, ride with you, and work with you, and do whatever it takes to, you know, because you guys are a team, man, you can accomplish so much, so much. Remember to always be a good motherfucker. Yes, something like R. Lee Ermey in Full Metal Jacket. Um, kind of, but not. He's not a drill sergeant, but he's a prison. Remember, he was in prison, so he's just, you know, he, you know, had you know, criminal life, you know, before this. Now he's got this channel and he does fitness stuff, and he is a fitness coach, but man, he's making big money, big fucking money off of his fitness stuff. He's like made it possible like to do it all through an app and shit. Like he's like just busted his ass and kept on pushing, kept on pushing, kept on working. Jared, your driving focus will not let you fail. Your compassion and humility will ensure you win. I damn straight it will. And John, I know that. And that's why I am going to push and push and push and never stop. You know, the biggest thing is just to not stop at the wins, you know. Like when you have a win, that's cool. Be happy that you got the win. Be grateful. But you still got to get up tomorrow, right? You still got to wake up tomorrow morning. Continue busting your fucking ass. And it'll pay off. It always does. And I remember people saying that when I was a kid or when I was younger. We'll end this after this. They would say, and I know everybody's heard this, right? Like if you work hard enough, you can have anything. If you work hard enough, you can have anything. Well, I remember thinking, bullshit. Because I was working some of the most hardest labor jobs, like jobs that people would be like, you couldn't pay me enough to do these jobs, right? Doing those types of fucking jobs, like damn near killing yourself. You know, like my dad wound up paralyzed, right? Got hit by a backhoe on the job. So like crazy fucking jobs. And thinking like, you know, how much money did I make? Like, and like literally like your skin bleeding, your feet fucking falling apart, and like just like you're so tired, and it's like, and you feel like you didn't even make hardly shit, you know. And even when you do make a lot, you never feel like you can catch up, right? So, you know, you wind up doing other deals, right, to keep the money flow going. But as far as working hard, right, as far as working hard, well, what I did was my mindset was always I would work 3 different types of jobs, and then I would also hustle. So I was hustling, doing deals and this and that, you know. You guys can use your imagination, selling and buying everything you could imagine. Um, and legal and illegal, and then also working hard jobs. So, and you know, doing all that, I never stopped, never stopped. So I was able to make, you know, good money doing that shit. But never enough that I felt like and I know what I did wrong. I'm about to say it. Never enough to where I felt like I could be like extreme, even though when I was successful, right? Like when I got to a point where I was, you always felt like you just wanted to like give up on this and try something else. Like almost like this isn't working. I got to do something else. Like this isn't working. Got to do something else. The problem is not doing that thing long enough. Right. So the way you work hard and you succeed in whatever is, and I'm not saying don't change paths if things aren't working out. I'm not saying that. But if you're going down a path and it's slowly doing better and better and better and better and better, if you continue working hard and pressing and showing up every day showing up, every day, no excuses, every day, as much as you can and as hard as you can, you're going to be successful in whatever it is. Doesn't matter what it is. Whatever field you want, as long as you're willing to work hard enough, as long as you're willing to outwork everybody else, you'll succeed. Now, if it does come a time where, you know, you have to change courses or something, you can do that. But usually that's what fucks you over. If you would have just stayed on path, you'd be fine. So in most cases, you don't want to veer off path. Now, the thing is that the way it works is somebody else did this graph too, where it's like the beginning is such a slow climb that you feel like you're never going to make it. But when you make it, right, when it starts doing good, it's like this. You go straight up. That's how it goes. So you're working and working and working and busting your ass, and it'll slowly start picking up and slowly start picking up and slowly start picking up. And it just seems like it's never going to pick up fast enough. And then finally, that fucker will take off. But who knows how long that is? That's a lot of work, a lot of years. Plan. Somebody said this the other day, and I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was amazing. They said, Americans think by the year, by the month, and by the year. We think about next month and next year. Stop thinking in years. Stop thinking in months. Think in 20 years. Think in a 20-year span, or if you're 70 years old, think in a 10-year span. The point is that, and maybe if you're that old, you don't really need to worry about what I'm saying. But the point is, though, is that if you're thinking in long terms, right? Like even with this stuff, my goal was 5 years, right? I didn't give a fuck about 2 years. I gave a fuck about 5 years. What can I accomplish in 5 years? And if you have that mindset where you are guaranteed to not give up and guaranteed to bust your ass as hard as you can for X amount of years, then it's like, man, how could you fail, right? How can you fail? Like, if you become the best in whatever it is, you know, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, you're gonna do good. Just hit 7K subs, and I'm about to hit 100K in TikTok. If I can do it, you can. I'm in Florida too. Shout out to you. I am not in Florida. But congratulations on being in Florida. Your business taxes are better than mine. But no, congrats on the 7K, man. That's an amazing thing, man. Round of applause. Awesome, man. I was on TikTok for a little bit. I need to start reposting on there. I need to focus on it more now that people can, now that you can do knife stuff on there, because I don't think in the beginning you could, but now you can. But no, 7K is fantastic, especially if it's on YouTube. That's a great thing to have, a great accomplishment. So congratulations to you. Anyone have any experience with S35 and S45? Is it significantly better than S30V? So S30V is going to be better than S35 in my opinion. S30V has a little bit better edge retention than S35, but S35 is tougher. So that's the difference. So S35 is tougher. S30V has a little bit better edge retention. Now, as far as S45 goes, S45 is going to be a little bit better than both of them, but it's not. It's like, listen, don't quote me on this, but I think it's like 10% better. So, you know, 10% better than S35VN, as far as I know. Like, I've done a few tests on S45, not like crazy extended tests, but I've done some tests on it, and it's a good steel. I like the steel. Takes a really good edge, holds a good edge. Seems like it's relatively easy for companies to heat treat. At least that's what it seems like. Why did I get highlighted? I did just tag you since you mentioned it. I don't know what that means. Huh. You talking about this highlighted? I highlight everybody who talks. If that's what you're talking about, maybe I'm wrong. Hey mom, my mom's in here. Sorry, I just got in. Mom, we're about to take off. We're actually at the end of the show. I love you, and I'll give you a call probably tomorrow. Thank you for joining in. All right, guys, we are going to get the hell out of here. I gotta get my ass to bed so I can get my ass up very early and get back to work. I got a lot of work to do tomorrow. I got a lot of work to do over the next few days because we got Blade Show coming up. So I got to work twice as hard as normal, which that's nearly impossible. But I'm going to do it because I got to get shit done before we leave for the show, because the show is going to be fucking epic. It's going to be the best show ever of all time, the best show of all time. So, and we're going to make it happen. And whoever's going, I'll see you there, and make sure you come up and say what's up, because I probably don't know what you look like. Even if your little face is in this thumbnail, I probably still don't know what you look like, because it's difficult to see these little ass things, right? You guys know what I look like. Come up to me. I would appreciate it. Don't feel bad if I do not know your face, obviously, right? But please come up to me. I want to hang out with everybody I can, and I appreciate everybody joining tonight. Jared, do you know what I look like? I know, of course I know what you look like, but other people I don't know. Guys, I love you guys. I appreciate all the support, all the love, all the donations. I appreciate you guys using my links. It massively helps the channel when you use the affiliate links down in the description. It massively helps the channel when you hit the like button, and it massively helps the channel just to have you guys supporting, man. I wouldn't be here without you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Also to the Patreons, like I was saying earlier, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to go over everything I said earlier. We are doing the giveaway before we leave for the show. So while we're gone for the show, you guys can enter the giveaway. As soon as we get back, we'll pull the winners. Maybe we'll grab something extra from Blade Show. I'm not sure, but that way you guys can win your knife, either the Microtech MSI or the Microtech Stitch. As far as knives go, the B3 Factor was available for pre-order last time I checked. You can go check it out. So if you want to pre-order the B3 Factor, you can also get the WHARNTAC for $225 right now, at least until the 1st. And don't forget about the new PRAXIS. This thing's dope. I'm loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. All right, guys. I appreciate all the love and support. Sunday, I will see the Bang Gang squad for a live sharpening. If there's something particular you guys think we should live sharpen, let me know, and I will have that stuff ready. Otherwise, I'm just going to come up with some shit. I love you guys. Until next time, peace.